Greetings, and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Lunch and Learn.
E is exhaling, having an opportunity to breathe, to rest, to refill yourself and rejuvenate yourself, because no one can pour from an empty cup.
As you evolve and become more of yourself, you begin to attract the people that are there for you.
Amen.
So everything you need is in the space.
You have to learn from your mistakes. Once you make a mistake, sit down, recoup, and then start over. And once you do that, you say, I got that.
See, Juneteenth means to me, I would definitely say empowerment and education.
When I experienced it, like just coming together and, being a part of something bigger than myself, and
A new start, starting a new chapter, opportunity, new beginnings, all of that good stuff.
What's going on, everybody? I am here another week, and I'm glad to see you here with me. Lunch and Learn Sessions is going down as usual. Today, we have a special guest in the house. I mean, all of our guests are special, but this sister right here, I'm excited to sit across from and learn from today. Today, we are welcoming Jacynda Fleary. Okay, let me give you her backstory real quick. A dedicated educator with a heart of gold, Jacynda's journey into the world of teaching began as a profound passion, nurturing your minds of young kindergartners with ICT classroom settings, okay? Guided by her level 3 certification and fueled with her unwavering commitment to special needs children, Jacynda's role transcends past the boundaries of just the classroom, okay? Going beyond the classroom, she's captivating the media sessions and fostering teamwork amongst children, and Black excellence and community engagement and all this flyness that I can't wait to get into today. Can we please welcome Jacynda to the stage?
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
I am excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining us. Before we get into anything, first and foremost, how you feeling? What's going on? How you doing?
The weather, but I'm here. I had to push through and encourage myself this morning. So
come on.
I can't complain.
That's the word right there, to push it through right there.
Yeah.
You coming on with a message for us.
You gotta show up, so I'm showing up today.
Yes, and we thank you for that. Give us a little bit about your background, your insight, who Jacynda is and what does she have to offer?
Basically, I'm an educator. I work with special needs children with disabilities. And I love this background with working in the classroom with special needs students, because they need the most help, especially when they're younger.
Yes.
So it takes a lot of patience. And also, you got to learn how to talk to the children and be patient with them. So it's kind of how I am, very compassionate. So and I love children. So this is my field. And, overall, we're helping them to be better as they grow. So that's what I do it.
I always say working in education is like, it's a precious gift. Like you have to be skilled in passion and compassion and, just empathy for these kids, because your heart got to be pure, basically.
Yeah.
because you're molding and you're guiding these kids into who they will eventually become. And what inspired you to become a paraprofessional and to get into this field and to choose to work with children with special needs?
Well, my mom is my big inspiration. I really like her advice through life, even when I don't listen, and she still has my back. So it's like, that's what encouraged me, because how she raised us, and that tough love, because I've always been spoiled, but she's always showed me, like, when you don't listen, this is going to happen. So the way my mother raised us also, it was just like, she never let us sit around and not do nothing with our lives. It's like, you're not working, go hit that pavement, go do something. So my mom plays a lot, and I take her advice. She's like the chapters in my life. She just tells me, this is not what you're supposed to do. I went through this, she's modeled that already for us. So it's like, for me to go out there and make it my own, my mom plays a big part of that.
The foundation, and just as you said, each generation is supposed to be better than the next. So, well, better than the last, so that the next one could be better than, and better than, better than. So I can definitely, I definitely share that similarity with you, as far as just the support, is what we need. That's essential in our upbringing and our everyday lives, even as grown-ups. We need that support.
Even at me being 41, like, she's still like, is like right there, and I appreciate that. And also with the little ones, you don't know what type of home they come from. So when they come to school, that's where they're at for those 7 to 8 hours. Some of them stay longer than that, because they get meals, they get that love, they get that support. So school and my students, they love me, because I try to show them that whatever they're lacking at home, I want them to have that in school, because some of them are not giving it attention. Some of them are not giving 2 meals, 3 meals a day, so get that in school. So they really learn in school and take it home. So that's where it starts as well.
Absolutely, I agree. The classroom, I always say, the classroom is a home away from home. And we, as children, we spend so much time in school. The bulk of our day is in school. The people that we around matter the most. Our teachers that give us that nourishment, and people like you that make the difference every day is something that's most important. And with that, I know comes challenges. Every day is a different challenge. What are some specific challenges that you may face day to day, and how do you conquer these challenges and work through them?
I basically try to I just speak positivity, like, even if I'm not having a good day, I'm gonna have a good day. So sometimes I got stuff going on in my personal life, but I gotta show up for these children and put a smile on and make them happy. So it's being selfless, showing up, because they want to see Miss Fleary. They want to, Miss Fleary. When I'm out or if I'm sick, where was that Miss Fleary? They look for you, and that makes me feel good. So they make me happy, because I don't have children. So it's like, I look at my students and being my children. So I try to really show up for them. Like, no matter what I'm going through, Miss Fleary gonna show up, and we gonna smile, and we gonna eat snacks at the end of the day. And that's what all they want to do is eat. What we gonna have for snack today, Miss Fleary?
Listen, the love is in the food. It's the nourishment of the soul. We got to start there. Definitely food.
That's what gets me through. So I can see why parents that have children, if they're having a bad day and they come home to their children, like, I get that, because they make me happy. So whatever I'm like lacking that day, when I show up, they change that for me. So it's just speaking positivity, because it's not easy. Life is really life. And so I appreciate my job sometimes, so I really just speak positivity, and it works. Like I said, even if you're not having a good day, you got to show up. So you got to make that and push through, encourage yourself. Like I did today. I was feeling down. I mean, this fever is, but now that I'm talking to you, I'm not feeling so bad, so it's all about how you feel and make yourself. So,
Yes, absolutely. I know we mentioned earlier in your bio, your level 3 certifications and, your ability to perform. How does having these certifications help and support your teaching habits, or, I guess the specialty within being able to communicate and effectively communicate with your students?
The board education, they give us actual training, reading materials to how to work with a disability child or a child with, disabilities. It's like, you get these trainings to know how to talk to them, to know how to deal with it, to have the patience. So when you get these levels up, it's to actually train you to be able to work with them. Also learning to educate yourself to when these children come in your classroom, you know where they are, where they're at academically.
Yeah.
Some of my students, their reading wasn't up to par in September, but now they're moving up. So it's like the challenges that they have, they're overcoming.
Yeah.
You put those books and put them in front of them, and they show up too. And it's like I give them these options, like, hey, you want those snacks later? So listen, we're gonna have to do our work today.
Yes.
So you give them options also, because kids, they don't understand, they don't know. So you give them these things, and they like, you know what? I really want cupcakes later. So you gotta sometimes work with their minds. You gotta tell them they have to earn these treats. I don't just give them. I want them to earn it, and that's through life. Period.
Yes.
You have to show up. You have to earn it. You can't just. Everything is not just given to you. So you have to have and I always tell them, be kind. And I try to treat them to tell them that, to be kind and treat others nicely. If someone's bothering you, you come get a teacher. You don't hit them. You got to teach them these things, because if they're not taught, they're going to think, well, hey, I can do this. And it's not going to be no consequences. So we have to teach them that. When they're younger, if we get them younger, we can save them. That's how I feel.
For sure. And it just brings me to, I know you mentioned, patience. Patience is a virtue. Until you either have your own kids or you work with kids directly, you don't really understand the level of patience that's needed. That's
why I always tell my mother, God bless her, because I was something else too. Like, imagine a parent raising 4 kids, and it's like you got this one spoiled baby, and it's like my mom, like I said, I thank God for her. He's just, I don't know, like I just said, I don't know what I would do without my mother, because she really is, she shows up, especially with her advice, just being by my side, because I was like, I don't know how you did it, Mom, because, oh my God,
it's like power, you don't even.
Right, that's super, yes.
Yeah, I don't think you think about it. It's like once you, my daughter's 3.
Oh, beautiful. I didn't know you had children. Nice.
Yes. And I'm listening to you talk, but it's making me think about my mom. And I'm like, it's really like a natural ability to, just like you said, when you show up daily in the classroom, you put aside whatever is going on in your personal life to show up for these kids. And as a mom, you got to do that 24/7. You have
my God, God bless y'all. Because when I come home,
you gotta show up.
I go and rest. I'm like, I don't know how these parents do it. Like some of my teachers, they had to go home to their kids, and they was like, "Miss Fleary, how was your night?" I was like, "My night was beautiful. I had a whole good night's sleep." Yeah, so it's like that. It's like, wow,
and you have to create innovative teaching techniques, and what like everything is, everything is a lesson learned, And I often say one of my poems in my book, I quote and I say, if everything in life is a lesson learned, what's the classification of a mistake? We're learning, we're all learning. And even as children, they're little people, they're learning, they don't know. Even as grown adults, we don't know sometimes, So just to have that space for them to grow is something that's needed. And, what would you say is your go-to in teaching? I know you say, you push the positivity, you push, showing them rewards or incentives of, if you do this, you get that. If you share this kindness and you be nice to people, and you just being a good person overall as value. But how do you implement that, I guess, so to speak, like in actual lessons of like teaching lessons of education, or just a day-to-day classroom structure outside of just.
I try to give them breaks in between, because we learn all day.
Yes.
So those breaks do also help, because some children, especially ones with the disabilities, they can't keep still. So sometimes we do watch a Gracie's Corner to let them shake out the sillies. I I love Gracie's Corner. Whoever invented that, we got it.
Gracie is on to something. She's absolutely.
Because, you know, they need that. They need to know that we know they're little people, but they go through stuff too.
Yes.
You know, sometimes they need a hug. You know, and then I can need a hug, and they helping me too. So it's like, you need a hug today. Like, why are you not listening? You know, so they going through life because you don't know what's going on at home. So I try to give them breaks. I try to give them rewards. I compliment them. I tell them that they're great. They're beautiful. Those building their confidence is everything.
Yeah.
That's something that my mom did, you know. That's why no one could ever, you know, like mess with my confidence because I know who I am. I show up for who I am. And so it's like you do that, you put that in these children because if they don't feel good about themselves, who gonna make them feel good about themselves? So that complimenting them, building them up, you know, and it works because like yesterday they were like, oh, I was good. Look what I got today. Like, look, see, it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, just complimenting them, making them feel great, making them feel like princesses and princes, like, you know, giving them compliments, you know. Absolutely. So that helps. That helps in the classroom.
Absolutely. And we have Diana in the chat. She said, when you show students how much you care about them, they will feel the love. And that's 100% facts. You know, that's 100. And just like you said, we don't know who has this foundation at home. So my hug might make all the difference. You know, my compliment makes all the difference.
Yes, it does.
So that's something that's super special and that, you know, that sets you apart from other teachers, that draws them to you. So we thank you for that. I think that I say all the time, like teachers don't listen.
They don't even pay us enough, but it's like still okay because I love what I do.
And I love sports and entertainment and all that. But if they can make all of the millions and billions and let those people come sit in a classroom and have to teach a classroom of 10 to 20 kids. Like I got 20,
and it's like some days I'm just like, okay, we're gonna put our heads down. We're gonna take a quick break, you know. So it's like,
and breaks are needed. I'm glad that you said that, and it sparked my mind to something that I saw. I don't know. I think I was on TikTok, Instagram, or somewhere, but it was just showing how in different countries, like, you know, in China, in Japan,
I follow on Instagram how they take breaks. They do exercises at their desk.
Like, this is needed. This is needed. You know, this is really needed. Even a nap. You know, the younger kids take naps, but everybody need a nap sometimes. Like, you know, we need to recharge.
I need a nap sometimes. Like, oh my
we
God.
consume so much in our brains. We need to recharge, and we forget about that. We want them to be on point. You ain't get that right. You ain't do this. You ain't do. And it's like,
and then you know what? Also, too, meals in the morning. I encourage all my students to eat because if you don't eat, you're not going to be able to show up. You know, I had a student yesterday, Nia. You know, I love her to death, but she has her own problems. And she's just like, Miss Fleary, I'm hungry. You know, we was in the lesson. So I'm like, all right, I'll go find you some cereal. You know, she ate her food and then she came back into the work. Sometimes these kids, they be just needing a meal.
Yeah.
You know, especially early in the morning. It's like they're making, you know, work. So, yeah.
Yes, for sure. And I know, you know, your extension of education goes beyond just the classroom, you know, and you have a role in the Juneteenth organization, and, you know, you're involved in what's going on. Tell me a little bit about that. What's your role there, and how and why is it important for you to be involved in that organization?
Basically, like to help out children, all type of backgrounds, different, you know, heritages. Like we deal with a lot of immigrant children right now. So I try to donate as much as I can. And then Juneteenth gives me that opportunity also to showcase that, you know. I'm going to be working with the Kids Zone, leading it. So we can bring games, you know, fun activities for the parents to learn. So when they're not in school, they can also do that at home. To show them different things to do, arts and crafts, you know, doing what children we used to do back in the day, you know, ride a bike, you know, used to play Skelly, you know, do things instead of being on these phones and these games, because I think these games, they're really not helping our children.
Technology and media has like over-consumed everybody's mind to the point that even sometimes I catch myself as like, okay, yeah, I'll let you be on a tablet. But then I'm like, no. Give me this tablet. Like, let's play. Let's talk. What you want to do? Like, no,
Conversation. That's
let
another
me
thing.
teach you. Right. That building that rapport of just doing something outside of this all day, this all day. And technology is amazing. The things that is very innovative. It grows daily. AI, and it's like,
but we have to control what our children see.
We have to be real. We gotta be.
Sometimes my students be doing things, and I'm like, "Where did you get that from?
The influence.
What are you seeing at home?"
Yep.
And I correct them because I don't play that. Miss Fleary don't play that. It's like we
need that.
Yeah.
We need that. We need that. And that's something of I think, and I say all the time, I'll be 33 in April.
Oh, nice.
My generation, like the 90s kids.
Oh my God! I remember when I was 33.
We the last of the the real, the solid foundation of, I didn't have that. I was outside playing with my friends. I was really, if I was doing homework with my friends, we was on the phone doing homework or helping each other out, or we had interaction. We were able to.
And I encourage my students too to help their other classmates, the ones that's higher. Like, go help Jose. We have a class helper. We give them like jobs. If you're doing well, go help, because we need that also.
Yes.
So, definitely.
And it's kind of like it's a sense of accountability with them feeling useful and being able to help, and building the self-esteem, and Diana, again, being a blessing to your students is a blessing in itself. Absolutely. Those things matter. And how do you implement the importance of like Black excellence and in your community engagement? I know you say, the give backs and the, those things, but just the importance of, like, we in Black History Month, of course, we have to talk about it, but the Black excellence, or even if you have any ideas, how do you think that we should implement this Black excellence more in our education?
I think first and foremost, we got to start being kind, compassionate, and just being selfless sometimes, like some of my students also are in shelters. So it's like, you don't know what they're going through or seeing. And it's like, for me, I want to be my best self for them. So I want to make myself an example. So you're not going to see Miss Fleary doing stuff that you see other adults do, because I want to be that example for them. So it's like, you have to sometimes watch what you do. You're a teacher, you're a model for them. So Black excellence is just being your best, showing up. If you see Miss Fleary reading a book, you go grab a book too. Some of them don't like to read, the game. So we just try to model that for them, showing up and giving back. Like, I took all my clothes, I just gave away everything. I said I can get other stuff, because some of the parents need things. So it's helping the parents as well, because you don't know what they're going through with their children in these shelters.
Right.
So we have to help the parents as well, because how can they show up for their own children? So it also encourages them to bring them to school every day, because we have a high absent, So it's like, if they ain't got no shoes or no jacket to wear to school when it's cold, it's like, how do you expect them to bring their children? So we try to make sure that people drop off donations for coats for the children and for the parents. And it's like, you have to see that, like, you got to help the parents as well, whatever they are lacking, because they have to show up for their children. When they leave this building, they have to be able to take care of their children. So we do stuff for the parents as well. They have like breakfasts to talk to the children and with their parents, to tell them, what do you need? What do you need help? We give detergent. We give, just daily stuff that they need. Toothpaste. Yeah. They need these things. So we also have to help the parents, educate them to how to be better parents. So I believe that's Black excellence, just being and showing up as your best self.
Absolutely. And I was thinking of, as I was going through the questions, I'm like, no, as educators and people that pour so much into others, I want to know, how do you pour back into yourself? How do you refuel yourself individually, just so that you know that Yes, I have to show up, but what am I doing to take care of myself to make sure that, you know, I'm pushing through, but what's helping the push through? How do you get through that?
I'm right now, I'm a diabetic, so I'm trying to eat properly because your health, I feel like, is everything. So I've been lately just juicing, try spa days. I take a day for myself, do my nails, fix myself up, make myself feel good. So just eating properly, putting the right, and also feeding my students also, you know, like I think about stuff we give them, you know, because they have to see that our health is like everything, you know. And what we put into these children and they're eating these Takis and stuff, I try to show them there's other better options to eat. But for myself, I try to just eat properly now. I cook my meals most of the time, treat myself throughout the week with a meal. And then it's also expensive. So just overall taking care of me.
Yeah.
You know, being loving on myself, you know, like I said, spa days, just taking a day for myself, resting.
Yeah.
Music. I love music, you know. And that's basically it, you know, and a good conversation, you know, sometimes just a good, hey, let's talk, you know, other than being on the phone texting, let's have a conversation.
No, that's real. That's absolutely real. And just like I said, you know, sometimes I think we forget about that. You know, I think we just kind of consumed in our day and moving around, and you know, you don't have too much time to like sit down and really be in the moment. I try to be present in the moment. That's why I like even I love the fact that sitting down, being able to do these interviews, we present in the moment, and we you know, get the chat. Like, you know, don't even I always tell everybody that don't think about it as an interview. We just like let's just talk, you know, because that's needed. You don't know what the next person has that, you know, they can offer you. You don't know what you know, and I feel like those things are what's missing.
And not to interrupt you, also prayer. My mom's gives me my daily prayers and stuff. You know, she mails them out, you know, because my mom is religious, and you know, like I said, she prays for me. I gotta pray him up.
Come on.
So that also praying, because sometimes I gotta pray before I leave out this house, because it's
I gotta send you a copy. I gotta send you a copy. My book. I'm
about to forget that, but prayer works. You know what I mean? Especially in the classroom. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna have a good day. God, just, you know, cover these children, keep us safe. But prayer, my daily word, my book, my mom sends me, that helps me. When I feel a little discouraged or I'm not having a great day, I read. You know, so that's a definite reading.
Above all, absolutely, absolutely. You know, it is music to my ears, and it brings joy to my heart every time that I hear somebody, you know, just talk about the impact of prayer, you know, and just that connection, and really understanding how this works, like, you know, and it's to, you know, discretion of whoever that individual is. But if you believe, then you believe, you know, and if you know, then you know, and having prayer it makes all the difference, you know, and I understand that on a higher level now. So just you saying that, I'm like, girl, we here with you, you know, I'm absolutely here. And just talking about the diversity and the gentrification that we see in the neighborhoods now, you know, the diversity in the classroom, you know, people coming from different backgrounds and ethnicities, and you know, having different abilities and disabilities. How do we universally cater to that? Like, how do we, you know, just support, of course, you know, just all the things that you said already, but how do we, what's the main thing that we can do to ensure that everybody is being taken care of?
We have to, again, donations, showing up for these people, communication. Like, we have a lot of people in my school that, you know, we don't, because I don't speak Spanish, so we need that on a daily basis. Like, my school is like, you know, we have a lot of immigrant children, so it's just being patient with them also, because the language barrier is like, how can we communicate? You know, being patient with them. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes once a week, we give out food to them. The parent coordinator, she makes little packages, gives them food. It's just donations. These people need help. Not these people, but these ethnic groups, they need help, you know. So it's just whatever you don't have and you do have, just donate. Donate. You know, if they need a job, if you know something's going on, send that information.
Yeah.
Everything, all of the above. You know, pray for these people because,
Yeah.
like I said, you don't know what they went through to get over here. You know, and they're
Mhm.
looking for a new life. They're looking to start fresh.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't mind, you know, that they need help because we all need help. So
Yeah.
it's like they need that.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
just showing up for them, showing up, being understanding, being patient.
And what school do you work at?
The Christopher Avenue Community School in what is that, Brownsville, 51 Christopher Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's 3 schools in there though. They
Okay.
have 2 charter schools and then it's the regular public school.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to go, how would somebody go about just putting it out there so that the people will know? How would somebody go about
They
donating?
can just show up and just donate, drop offs. They have security at the front desk. Just say, hey, I want to donate. I'm dropping off for the Christopher Avenue Community School. And then drop off whatever they have, food, canned goods, clothing for the parents, jackets for the students. I have a lot of students that don't really have coats. You know, sometimes the teachers will go out and buy little coats. It's cold. You know, you wouldn't want to be cold. So a lot of that. Shoes. I donated all my old shoes. I had shoes from like 4 years ago. And it's like, you just hoarding stuff. And it's like, I gave them all away because it's like they can use that. So if you have stuff and you're not using it, you know, that's going to be greatly appreciated, you know, and I hope that everyone has a heart and does that, you know, because that's what we need. We need more compassion and kindness in the world. We need that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I want to ask you, in risk of, I like to ask this question because I feel like it gives insight to, you know, not only, how we handle good things, but how do we handle things that we feel is risky. You know, sometimes creating change is a risk, you know, but risk management and decision making in the classroom and outside of the classroom, how do you approach risk management, and how do you overcome fear if you ever feel fearful in like making decisions or, you know, trying, you know?
I am, I just, like I said, I try to pray. If I ever have that sense of fear, I pray on it. It always works. I really have a sense of fear. I mean, unless I'm sick, you know, and then it's like, you know.
But you still with that, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter.
So, like I said, that and try to, like, you know, keep myself just healthy. If I can show up for these children every day. So it's just with myself, taking care of me mentally, you know, making sure I'm together. If I can help these children, I can be there for them. I can show up for them. So I just, like I said, a prayer and eating properly, you know, just taking care of me. And that definitely gets me through my day because it seems to be working. I'm still here, you know,
for sure.
by the grace of God. And, you know, I'm just grateful to have my village that I have. Because it's not easy, you know. You don't have support and people to show up for you. It is not easy. So I just try to, like, make sure everyone that's pouring into me, I'm gonna pour right back into them.
Yeah,
so that's
a revolving door, you know.
Yeah, we all need that.
Yes. What would you say is the most memorable moment or achievement that you've had or witnessed so far with working with children? Personally or overall in the classroom, anything of that nature?
Being able to help them, like, by teaching. I'm still to go to the next grade, you know that I made a change and I sat there and helped them through this, you know, this hard part, you know, trying to get them to read their math. I'm helping them to succeed, to go to the next level. Watching them just grow as children. Like, every day when they come in, I'm like, oh, you got taller.
Yeah.
You're almost tall as Miss Fleary. Seriously, like, we really watch them grow. And I'd be like so amazed, like, wow. Like, they're getting tall and they're just growing, you know, so their mannerism, all of that I'm teaching. And I see that once they excel and go to the next grade. Like, I had a student that, he would cry, oh my God, yell and scream. And mom was having a hard time because, you know, her child has autism. He's nonverbal. So, excuse me. So every morning he looked for me and he, I just thought I had to be happy. Hey, Isaac, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
And because he wouldn't let his mother leave,
Mm-hmm.
and he would go off. And it's like, Isaac, come on. Like, hey, he used to like gloves, like plastic gloves. I don't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this glove, and he would come in and he would sit, do his work, and then he would transition. So I'm like, wow, it's working. Like I said, even when I'm having a bad day, when I show for these kids to help them, and it's helping the parents because she said, you don't know what I go through. He would come late every day because she would have to stop in the street because of tantrums. And I said, Mom, don't worry, we're gonna work together. Because if he didn't come to school, he would have to go to work with her because he was not on a transition. So now he's in another class because we had too many behaviorals. It's the difference between a disability and behaviorals.
Gotcha.
So he's in another class. So when I see him now walking up the hallway and he's listening, I'm like, wow. I'm like, Isaac, I'm really proud of you. And he's in line, walking on a white line, and he made a change because it was just so hard to get him to transition. So that brings me joy because it's like, we helped Isaac because Isaac, like I said, he's nonverbal and he didn't understand. So he going through these emotions and he didn't understand. And so to watch him transition to another class, behaving and listening and walking with his class and listening, that just brought me joy yesterday. I said, look at you, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And, he threw up his like, Miss Fleary. So it was like it brings me joy. Like, I'm helping and I'm also like bringing this joy,
And
like
I know
sometimes when I don't have, I'm bringing it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that made him feel great. Just the acknowledgement and just the ability to adapt to what that specific child needs. That makes the difference in playing the role and being a representation that these kids need. So I know that just warms your heart and made you
it does. It does. I'll be like, what? Making a difference. I'm doing all right,
I'm doing what I was supposed to do, Lord. Yes.
And I love to come home and tell my mom about it. Like I talk to her about the kids because she's like, because every day I'm like, guess what so-and-so did? She's like, what happened? She's like, you got to be patient. So her conversations also help me keep the patience because she's like, they can't help it. And it's true. Yeah. So sometimes I have to just stop for a minute and say, hey, they can't help it. They need a hug or they need a break. They need a walk. They need something to eat. Because like I said, all they want to do is eat all day. We just coming from breakfast. Miss Fleary, is it lunch yet? I'm like, we just came from breakfast. Like, that's all they want to do. So I try to give them rewards, when they do the right thing. It's, let's have a party, a cupcake party.
Yeah. As a educator and a passionate educator, how do you envision the future? How do you envision the future of education? And how do you envision, like, what the role of the teacher will continue to evolve to become? Because I know just like we talked about with the moms, it's a superpower. Being a teacher is a superpower as well, absolutely. And that's amongst a variety of children. No child is the same. So to be in charge of this classroom and to conduct a classroom that works smoothly and runs smoothly and everybody's learning and progressing, how do you feel the future of education will or what do you feel it would look like, and how do you feel it would
I hope we get more teachers that are passionate and that actually want to do their jobs to actually help these kids. Some teachers is like, they hear it's a paycheck, but you want to be there. You want to actually, again, show up. You want to be there for them. You don't want to just, hey, this is a paycheck and I'm not going to take the different types of steps to help these children. So I hope that I can influence others to take this serious, and not just give up. A lot of teachers left during the COVID and pandemic. So we have a need for educators. And I just got offered another job somewhere, but I said, I'm going to stay where I'm at because I love my students. And the teacher that I work with, she's awesome. And so it's just, influencing others, how you show up for them, and hopefully they do the same. And just take this job serious, you know, and don't give up. Don't give up on these kids.
Yeah.
We can't give up on them.
Yeah. Keep showing up. Don't give up.
Yeah.
No, all of those things matter, and they make the difference, just as we've been talking about all day. You know, it makes a difference. It makes a difference in their personal lives, because years down the line, you know, you watching them grow up before your eyes, but years down the line, you know, teachers that have that impact. I know myself, I could personally think about my kindergarten teacher, my friend, like those, and that matters. You know, you never know the impact you'll have on somebody's life. It would just asking them how they day went, or just giving them that hug, or just, you know, sharing, or, you know, being there for them. So I absolutely agree with you on that one. I always ask, because I think it's super dope to hear this. What do you feel is one thing you owe yourself now? What do you feel is one thing you owe yourself later? And what do you feel is one thing you owe yourself in the future?
Everything. Everything. I owe myself everything. I owe myself forgiveness, the love, the loyalty. You know, I owe myself everything, because I really pour in to these children, to people. I owe it to myself to get that same in return. So I owe myself everything, you know, and unapologetic about it, because life, like I said, you know, I think I've done well and will continue to do well. So ain't no stopping me right now. So I'm just on board to see what's coming in the near future for me. And like I said, I'm so appreciative of Athena for letting me be a part of Juneteenth. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity, and also to be talking with you. It just gives me a platform. Like, I've never been the type to be nervous. So it was like, this comes natural just talking. So it's just, I appreciate this opportunity, and just to show others, you know, of what we go through on a daily basis of educators and trying to be our best and show up, you know. So it's just, like I said, I owe myself everything and more.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for all of that, because we absolutely do. And we have to, you know, this, as I said, continue to pour back into us. The same as if we continue to pour out, then our cup it'll be empty, you know. And then, yes, we love you. Yes, you know, it'll be empty. So we have to continue to pour back into ourselves as well. Somebody that's might be interested in becoming a teacher or a para one day, or, you know, what advice would you give them, and where would you tell them to start?
A stranger nominated me. I had educators in my family. I went out and I wanted to do it for myself. I had a lot of great jobs, but I wanted this because it was a city job. I had things with benefits. I could do great for myself. So I just went out there and called schools and spoke to principals. And this one principal, the first principal, and he said yes, and he nominated me. So you need a nomination from a principal to become a para.
Okay.
If you have a bachelor's degree, you can also get a nomination, but you're going to also be a sub teacher. You'll start off as that.
Okay.
The preferences that they need. And you just go through the process. But like I said, I just never gave up. You know, I went in there and I got it. You know, I was relentless. I went forward and I got it. And I was so happy, because it's like, I didn't have to ask anyone. I did it on my own, you know, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it.
You figured it out.
And it was like to tell my mom, like, you know, I'm going to get a city job, because, you know, that's a goal, you know, go out there and get you a good job. And like I said, she never let me sit around. She always made me, you go hit that pavement. You go find out what's out there for yourself. And I found where I wanted to be in life, and this is what I wanted. And I went out there and got it on my own, you know, and I showed up and I did it. So I'm proud of myself.
Come on, you better be.
Better be. I just, like I said, just go. You got to get a nomination. And once you get that nomination, you know, they background check, fingerprinting, and then it's a clear setting. They'll place you in schools. It's plenty of work right now, because they're in need of parents and teachers, substitute teachers as well. So if you want it, just call up a school, say, hey, I'm available. I would like to either have a bachelor's degree. You only have to have a high school diploma to become a para, but then they expect you to get more education. And more education you have, the levels you can get. That's because I'm a level 3. I went to LIU, so they look at credits as well, and they'll pay you your work. So just go and just call some schools, you know, and and say, "How I'm available. I want to be an educator. How, can I send my resume? Can I set up an interview?" And you go in and be your best self and show up. So yeah.
Show up.
Yeah, show up.
Make the difference. Show up. Take the initiative. Come on. She came on the call talking about showing up. Okay, so this is
a
real.
whole fever. I got a whole fever, but I'm not even thinking about it because I'm talking to you. So it's making me
we would never even know. We would never even know.
God.
Why? Because you're showing up. So we absolutely appreciate
God is good, because I was in pain. When I mean in pain, and I said, "God, please just push me." And He's doing it, because even though I feel it, I don't actually feel it. Having a position is helping. So that's a good part about it. So I appreciate you too.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you.
And I want that book. So you got email, but I want that book and I want to support. So whatever it is, I want to purchase it. And
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me ask you before we wrap up, what does Black history mean to you?
Say it one more time.
What does Black history mean to you?
Black history is greatness. Black history is learning our ancestors and passing it along to educate our youth. Black history is everything. It's Black excellence.
Come on.
Black history is just us making a difference and then leaving something behind for others to honor, and leaving our footprint there for others, and being great to show someone, hey, you can do this as well. So it's encouraging others to show up. It's encouraging others to say, I could do this too.
Yes.
Nobody is perfect. I don't care what kind of education you got. If you're not being the things that you can't be actually educated on, like kindness and compassion, those things matter as well, just because of an education. Because you got to learn how to treat people in life. So I also try to also set that up too, to show people, hey, and if you have something you can help others, you reach back and you help them. Because I still help, even some people that don't even deserve it. I say, hey, you want to make a difference in your life, you want to make a change, you go make this. If you can't do anything, you do it for yourself. I can give you that start, and you go out there and grab it yourself, then that makes me happy. I fulfill something.
Yes.
So that's what I want you to do. That's Black history.
Come on now. I love it. I love it. Who is your favorite hip hop artist?
Common.
Okay.
Common.
Yes.
And I like old school stuff. You say rap. I love Beyonce. That's my favorite.
Hello, the Beehive is
here. I love Common, Most Def. I like MC, people that be rapping about stuff. All this other stuff that be out here, I like music with substance,
Content. Exactly. Lyrical content and meaning. Meaning a message. A message, right. Absolutely. A message for sure. What do you want the community to take away from today's session?
To go out there and help your people, help others, pass it along, whatever information you have.
Yeah.
Just go out there and help, volunteer. That's what I started doing before I got my nomination. I volunteered in schools. That was another thing that helped me.
Cool.
I was part of New York Kids because I said I want to get a jump start to know. I worked with babies.
The insight, right?
So I worked with New York Kids for like 4 years, just volunteering, doing community stuff, Kids Zone, games, and arts and crafts. So that's how I got a jump start. I volunteer. It's okay to volunteer. Even though you're not getting paid, I volunteer to get the experience.
Yeah.
To learn what I'm going to be. So that's another thing too. Like you can volunteer.
Yeah.
You can, I volunteer for a shelter for men who had HIV and AIDS to help them do resumes. Donated suits for them to go on interview. So you volunteer to see where you want to be placed at in life. You can always do it. So volunteer, go out there and just be your best.
I love it. Absolutely. And lastly, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
Education, Black excellence. Juneteenth is something to praise us, to show us how far we've come, to educate others who don't know about Juneteenth. You know, it's bringing people together as a community. It's bringing different backgrounds together. Like it brought us together today. Because like I said, I know you from somewhere. So
Yeah.
Juneteenth
Yeah.
is doing that. So I'm seeing familiar faces, you know. And this conversation, like I said, has really helped me. And I really appreciate you guys. So Juneteenth is, again, Black excellence. It's coming together and having conversations that we need. Mental health. We need to have conversations about that because everybody don't have it together. So it's conversations. It's being a good listener. You know, being a listening ear for someone who don't know, you know, which way to turn or go. So that's Juneteenth for me.
It's absolutely Juneteenth for us as well. And speaking of Juneteenth, if you haven't already, to all of our aspiring business owners, vendors, anybody out there, we are looking for you, and I hope that you look at us. Please tap in with us, okay? Because we got a chance for you to showcase your business. Look no further, because the Juneteenth Festival is June 14th to June 16th this year, okay? And on February 14th at 7 p.m., we will be doing a vendor information session. Can we get that on the screen? Yes. 7 p.m. next Wednesday. I know that's Valentine's Day. I know you might be out of school and, you know, hanging out, but just get this information real quick and then, you know, proceed to your night. 7 p.m. February 14th, we're offering some fantastic perks. We got some benefits for our vendors. We have payment plans. If you want to get on a payment plan just to secure your spot, we have that available for you. So just please tap in. We got some exciting ways and some things to enhance and benefit your business. So tap in with that. Take this information down. And if you want to add us, DM us on our social media, we can get you that link. So make sure you tap in with that and become one of our vendors. I will be there. I hope to see you there. So make sure 2024, June 4th, June 16th, that's when the festival goes down. But you want to tap in with this information session. And I just want to thank you, Jacynda, for
thank you. Look, for this conversation again, like I told you, it just helped me. Like I'm feeling a little better.
Listen, that's what we're here for.
I think
that's what we're here for sure. That's what we're here for sure. Let me give you guys a Black History fact for today before we wrap up as well. So we was having this conversation yesterday, and I said, you know what? Athenia said, I think you should add this to the show, and I said, I think I will. Thank you for Black History. For the month of February, I'm going to do a thank you for Black History little segment where I give you a Black History Month fact. So in case you don't know who was the originator and who came up with the concept and idea for Black History, it is Carter G. Woodson, okay? And Carter G. Woodson, he's known as the father of Black History. He set out in 1926, make sure you pay attention to these days, 1926, to designate a time, and it started off as Black History Week, to designate a time just to promote and educate people on Black history and the culture. And it wasn't until 1976 that they really implemented Black History Month. So that gap between there, I said, it took a long time, but we're here. You know, we stayed persistent, kept going, kept pushing it, and we are here. And it is in February for two reasons. He chose to do the reason of tradition and reform in tradition of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Their birthdays are both in February, the 12th and the 14th. So because Abraham had to do with freeing the slaves and Frederick Douglass has his impact on Black history, he chose to celebrate in the month of February. So that's your Black History fact. I thought that was super dope and, insightful of knowing that it wasn't that long ago that this started. 1976 was not that long ago. So we have to just keep pushing and keep raising the bar and, keep being the difference, not making the difference, but absolutely being the difference. So that's your Black History fact for today. And lastly, I want you guys to make sure you unlock the power of social media with us. Okay. We have a free social media management workshop that will be the day before the last workshop I just told you about, that will be February 13th at 6 p.m. And if you have your social media accounts, you have your business running, you need some strategies, some tips, some marketing advice, you want to tune in for this, okay? You want to tap in on this call. Just make sure you secure your spot. You can send a message to Juneteenth NY on Instagram, and we'll make sure that you're all taken care of, all right? Don't miss this opportunity. Super dope. Again, February 13th, 2024, 6 p.m. That's next week. Tap in with us. Jacynda, thank you so much. Again, this was amazing. Keep being a difference. Keep showing up for these kids. Keep putting a smile and, warming their hearts with your hugs and all that love. Tell your mother thank you for her contribution to Black history with, just keeping you afloat and giving you all that you need. And, come back and see us. Come back and visit us. We'll tap in and see you at the Juneteenth Festival, as you say, in the kids zone. Tell the people where they could connect with you if they want to, send donations to your school. How do that one more time?
51 Christopher Avenue, the Christopher Avenue Community School. The principal is Miss Cunningham and Miss Mitchell. The coordinator for parent coordinator is Miss Bullark, and the shelter coordinator is Miss Glenn. Security is at the front desk. You can drop off anytime. Yes, and social media. My business page is Poise Snob, and Dope Minds 83. So, and also I'm on Facebook as Jacynda Fleary, and you can reach me at any time.
Come on, tap in. Let's build this community. It takes a village, so let's keep this going for sure. Don't forget to mark your calendar, same time, same place. Next week, I will be here with another amazing guest. Make sure you check out the vendor registration. I just want to reiterate that the vendor registration and sponsorship applications are up on our website, Juneteenth NY. And make sure you follow me on social media as well. That's at Forever AMBG. That's Forever, the entire word, AMBIG. And tap in with me. Oh, I got a Black History. I gotta tell you guys about my Black History launch. So of course we got the book. I had a praying grandmother, tap in with that. But we have a Black History launch that's dropping tomorrow. Okay. So we got My Grandmother is Black History. Tap in. That's dropping tomorrow. So make sure you follow my page at I Had a Praying Grandmother and visit I Had a Praying Grandmother.shop.
Nice. I love it.
Yes.
And also too, my email for Juneteenth is Jacynda@JuneteenthNY.com. You can email me.
Absolutely. Jacynda@JuneteenthNY.com. Tap in, email her. If you have some kids zone ideas, if you want to pull up with the kids, please let us know. And all is welcome. All is welcome. Most importantly, make sure you tap in and subscribe, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Juneteenth NY. Okay. Follow us on that social media, Juneteenth NY, and make sure you continue to spread the word and let the people know that the Lunch and Learn sessions is where it's at. Okay. Until next time, Jacynda, again, thank you.
Bye.
We'll see y'all. Let's keep the conversation going.
Okay.
All right. Juneteenth.
Greetings, and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Lunch and Learn.
E is exhaling, having an opportunity to breathe, to rest, to refill yourself and rejuvenate yourself because no one can pour from an empty cup.
As you evolve and become more of yourself, you begin to attract the people that are there for you.
Amen.
So everything you need is in the space.
You have to learn from your mistakes. Once you make a mistake, sit down, recoup, and then start over. And once you do that, you say, I got that.
See, Juneteenth means to me, I would definitely say empowerment and education.
When I experienced it, it's like just coming together and, you know, being a part of something bigger than myself, you know.
A new start, starting a new chapter, opportunity, new beginnings.